Grab your mouse ears and ready your wands. You're tuning in to Castles to Cauldrons, your ultimate guide to the magic, the thrills, and everything in between. From strolling right down the middle of Main Street, USA, to dodging fire-breathing dragons in Diagon Alley, we've got your theme park adventures covered. And now, sharing their hottest takes and best tips, here are your hosts, Jason, Micah, Rachel, and Terry.
Welcome to episode 62 of Castles to Cauldrons. I'm your host, Jason Davis. Rachel's not with us today. She's doing mom things, so we can't blame her there. I'm here with Micah and Terry. Also, Allison was supposed to be here, but she's also doing mom things. We had to switch schedule, but I screwed this one up because I forgot we're going to a movie Thursday night. We're recording on Tuesday.
Tova has Boy Scout Awards Thursday night too, so it worked out perfect.
You did not mess it up because we have 5th grade promotion.
See,
Thursday
so
night.
everyone
Yeah.
has stuff to
6
do
p.m.
on Thursday.
The only person that could have made it was Allison, and I don't think Allison's going to do a solo show.
No, because Rachel also has stuff to do on that day.
Rachel's anniversary
Thursday was
this
not a
weekend.
good day for us.
So we're into school type stuff. I'll go ahead and tell you we're going to take off the next week. We're trying to get ready to go to Disneyland. It's Memorial Day and all that stuff. So we're just going to have that and kind of get into the swing of the summer. While we're talking about it, this will come out Tuesday after. So I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for those who serve and go out there to risk their lives. This is the time where we remember those who have fallen in the wars and the conflict. So those who continually put themselves out there and risk their lives for us and our freedoms, we appreciate you, and we're always thinking and praying about your safety while you're out there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
On that note, I really want to get my father-in-law to do the lowering of the flag in the
Magic
hub
Kingdom?
and Magic Kingdom because he's a veteran. I think that would just be one cool thing to be able
That
to
would
have
be really
Travis there
cool.
and see
We've
part of it.
watched that whole ceremony. It's really great.
Yeah, it's really cool. And you get to keep the flag afterwards. So,
Oh, wow.
that's
I didn't
that's a
realize that.
yeah.
I know
That's a
that.
really cool little souvenir to have is the flag from Disneyland or Disney
Yeah.
World, depending on which one you're at.
It's really cool.
Really somber. It's a really, really cool thing seeing the Dapper Dans out there. They're singing songs. They bring the Main Street Band out. So it's all cool. Let's get some news that we left out last week. We just had a lot going on. So there's this more stuff happening. By the time this comes out, a lot of this has already opened because it will open May 26th. And that's about the same time we're going to drop this episode. First big thing I'm excited for is the new food booth over by the Muppets Rip Ride Rocket.
You're in the wrong park,
I'm in the
Jason.
wrong park. I'm wearing my Universal shirt, so it's still one of those rockin' coasters though that is getting redone. So Rockin' Roller Coaster by the Muppets, they've rethemed that little food van. I was hoping, to be honest, really hoping to get a pizza Rizzo
I was going to say, did you want pizza?
window.
Rizzo?
That's not a great pizza, but it's still a fun pizza, and it would have been fun to have a pickup window.
They could have improved it.
Yeah, they could have. This they've renamed it to Food by Swedish Chef, which, like I said, it opens on May 26th. So by the time you're hearing this, it's opening. I don't know if you've looked at the food.
They're going to have
I
mini corn dogs.
Yeah,
Yes.
Travis called them chicken nuggets. So they have Waka walking nachos, which we love walking tacos in this house.
We do too.
I was
We do
gonna say,
walking
is that
tacos.
a
all the
Southern
time.
thing? Like, do we need to explain what a walking taco is?
No,
to-
because when I went to Silver Dollar City, that's where I learned of them. Like really
Okay.
learned about them. So I think it's kind of a nationwide thing. If you don't know, usually it's a bag of Fritos, a bag of Doritos, and they put taco meats and all that stuff in there. And
It's
you
your
know, you just
bowl.
walk around and eat it
you
straight
can
out
walk
of the bowl.
and eat it.
Yeah, so
How
they're
we do
great.
it is we turn it long ways and then we cut the thing off after we've crushed the chips
Yep.
and then put all our stuff in and mix it up.
And that's they make special bags for them now. I mean, they got real popular. So
Mhm.
I think that's what we're doing for Christmas at my grandparents' house this year is walking tacos for.
So easy.
dinner.
It's one of our
I
favorite
love
camping
that.
meals. Like we do it camping because it's easy.
And I think this is great at a theme park. I mean, like I said, we were introduced to walking tacos at Silver Dollar City. So walking around there, eating a walking taco.
I
Perfect.
now
Just throw the whole thing
understand
away
why
afterwards.
the O's have the slash because it's for his glasses, right?
No, it's
No?
because he's Swedish.
It's-
That's
it's
the
Swedish.
Swedish spelling.
Oh,
What?
I don't know how to pronounce it properly.
I don't know. Just shows
The
my
next thing you have
Muppet
is
knowledge.
Swedish Chef has human hands. He doesn't have the glasses. The next thing is a churro drumstick theme for animal. Naturally, is just sugar raspberry sauce. I'm not a churro fan. I probably
I'm
won't
not either. I'm sure it's delicious.
probably won't
It
get
looks
this.
very sweet.
It does. The Mayhem soft serve float I will probably try is a sweet sip that is a hit with Electric Mayhem. The features frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry with vanilla soft serve and topped with some pink cotton candy.
That's going to dissolve
said,
so fast. That cotton candy
is.
as soon as it
Diabetic.
hits it.
Yeah. Travis will probably drink a bunch of these because he loves blue and anything blue. You have a...
Do you mean to pronounce it?
No, I know how to pronounce it. It's
Okay.
for Miss Piggy. It's a pink lemonade.
Le moi. Like moi. It's moi. It's French. It's a kind of feminine way to say it. That's why I asked if you wanted me to say it. So you wouldn't just say pink lemonade.
But that's naturally just pink Minute Maid premium lemonade with guava, little glitz and glam with Miss Piggy herself. So there's going to be some
good.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some
I'm excited for the next one.
I love the guava.
Yeah, and there's probably going to be some sparkles, some glitter, and that drink too.
You have to.
I'm going to be
It's
Miss Piggy for Halloween this year, I'm determined.
That would be fun. We should do a not so scary Halloween
episode?
party.
Where we're all
And
dressed up for a Halloween episode.
We go to the not so scary Halloween party dressed up as Muppets.
Ooh, I'm Miss Piggy.
Yeah. I don't match, so I won't dress up as I just wear my
Hey, you
Muppets.
gotta be Kermit, or you gotta be
Fozzie
Fozzie Bear.
I've got Roosevelt shirts with the Muppets on them. I'll wear one
But
of
you
those.
gotta be Fozzie Bear. You've got the beard and everything.
Fozzie has
Mhm.
to have a beard. The next thing
you
is
Hairy.
got fur.
I know.
You get your fur.
the next thing is Pond Water Limeade. Naturally, this one's for Kermit the Frog.
I thought that
It's a
one looked
delicious.
good.
Brings together the Minute Maid Premium Limeade Green Apple and fruit juice filled pearls. So
I
the
know they need to put the
Boba
pearls in the Piggy
pearls.
ones too. I love pearls.
I'm
And after that, it's all
excited
just-
for the pine water.
yeah.
I'm gonna get a
They also
lemonade.
they also said they're going to have mini corn dogs served with chips, chocolate chips, assorted chips, vanilla chocolates, a swirl waffle cone, frozen floats with Coke or root beer, fountain sodas, and frozen blue raspberry that you can also get rum or vodka in. So
I'm excited about mini corn dogs being somewhere other than Casey's
Casey.
Corner.
Yeah.
So you can
I
get
think
them at a different part.
And it's a pretty good. Everybody can find something they like. Booth.
Mhm.
and
Not
that's
heavily
also,
themed, you know.
and you think that this is going to be a long line when it first opens back up because it's under cast member previews. We've seen. I don't know if you have. Obviously, I've been watching what Disney's put out. And at the time of recording, this is May 19th. Tomorrow, the embargo drops where they can start posting all their stuff. So you can see what everything looks like on the inside. This is a long line. So, like going back to the walking tacos, the walking nachos, that's going to be perfect to walk in line with and eat.
Mhm.
The churro, the
Mhm.
drinks. These are all very handheld friendly. So you don't have to worry about spilling something or dropping something.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen anything from the inside?
I've seen the stuff for like the preview
Yeah.
or like when
What
you're
you've
in
seen
the
is-
first little room. And then like I think that's all I've really seen. I haven't really been on social media a ton.
They did release that Statler and Waldorf are in there, the old men in the balcony.
Mhm.
Yes.
They are not at the launch, from my understanding. They're at the end, which is kind of disappointing to me. I really wish they were at the launch. It is. It's a Muppet. So
Kind of like them at the end, so they can kind of judge you as you're done. Because, you know, like someone like me that gets really freaked out on like rock. I feel like they're like, you know, they're going to have to like smart, funny remarks about scaredy cats and things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
they threw out the we're bolted down line from Muppet Vision. You know, you want to get out of here? No, we can't. We're bolted down.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm glad they brought that stuff over. I'm really excited to ride it in July when we go. I'm going to make sure. Travis wants to ride it, but he doesn't know it's a roller coaster. And I don't think I'm going to be like, hey, let's go on a roller coaster. And then
Is
him
he
and
tall
Hayden
enough?
goes. I don't think so. I think it's
Okay.
42 inches, and I think he's 40.
It's either 42 or 48. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I thought it was 48, but you're right. It could be 42.
I know he's not tall enough. I know I am, so I can ride
Are
it.
you?
So I might be too big for it. Let me be that way.
No. You just wrote it in September.
The next thing we have, we're going to go over to Micah's favorite theme park, which is
Where's Siobhan when we need her for this one?
Yeah, we need Siobhan. Bluey is now at Animal Kingdom. If you don't know, virtual queue is going to be required to go see Bluey. They are learning from everything that happened at Disneyland. But the only thing different here is that with Disneyland, the theater was in the park. Naturally, this is also in the park, but you have to take a train to Conservation Station.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get a virtual queue to get on the train to go out there and see this show. And I don't think there's actually meet and greet at all. But I'm excited for Travis to see it. He loves Bluey.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that the petting zoo is going to be there, but it's not a petting zoo anymore. So that would equate to like animals that are not used to being petted.
Yeah.
So like the
I wonder
kangaroos.
if they're going to bring in, so we have a local zoo that has like a whole, it's called the Walkabout, and it's like a wallaby walkabout where we literally have wallabies from Australia, and you can walk through. You're not allowed to touch them or do anything, but there's literally a path that you're allowed to walk through, and they're allowed to roam around and do whatever. So I know they said they were bringing animals from Australia, like over there, like that's going to be inside and stuff. And then that's why I wonder if they're going to have stuff like that, like where the petting zoo was, like maybe you can't go in there, but you can see things like wallabies and stuff like that.
Or
Yeah.
one step closer to koalas.
There
Or
might be a koala.
Just throwing it out there.
one step closer to koalas. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
really excited about this because
Yeah.
Tova's kind of getting a little bit too old for Bluey. Am I possibly going to make him go see the Bluey movie when it comes out and do these things? Probably, because I really
Well,
want to see it.
If
My
you
two are too old for Bluey, and if it's on Disney, like if we've left it on and then
Uh-huh.
walked away, I'll come back and they'll be sat watching it. But if you ask them if they want to watch Bluey, they're like, it's a baby
No.
show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if it like it draws in me and my husband, I
Mhm.
mean, it's
My-
a clever enough show to keep
My
everyone's
niece is
attention.
13 and likes to watch it. Like, she
Yeah.
will turn Bluey on. She's 13 years old.
we're
Yeah,
not
that's
going
a
to
big
say how
TikTok
old
thing.
Siobhan is, but Siobhan watches Bluey. So
I
She's
like
definitely
Bluey.
28. Okay, you can say her age. She's
So-
definitely 28.
I think Bluey is such a, like, we can just talk about Bluey for a while because I think it's just such a smart show. Like, I feel like it's a show for adults, but also made for kids because, like,
It
the
goes
little things
just
that you
sometimes.
learn and, like, the way, like, I look at it and go, man, that dog is being a better mom than me. But I saw a really cool thing that was, like, on TikTok or something that said, just remember these episodes are, like, 12 to 15 minutes long. This is only 12 to 15 minutes of Bluey and Bingo's day. If you are paying attention to your child for that amount of time, they're getting the same kind of enrichment as they
Right.
do from like these Bluey
Yeah.
episodes. And I was like, well, that makes me feel better because the episode you think they're doing this all day long, but it's probably just that little window of time to play this game and then they're done.
there are some episodes though that do take over a course of a day or a couple of days. There's a
Yeah.
camping episode where they're gone camping for
Yeah.
a few days. So yeah, I get it. We didn't want to watch it to begin with because Bethany was like,
Yeah.
they're so bad to Bandit. And then she watched it and she really got to understand what it was and then what they were doing. And like, oh, never mind. This is like imagination.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting into it and playing. She thought it
And-
was just encouraging hurting because she was passively watching it.
Yes.
Right. Not actually
Or,
watching it because Bandit's the biggest like little button pusher in there to make
Yeah.
things happen.
I was gonna say from a mother's point of view, and I mean, obviously my husband's super involved, but it's almost like, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom, all the other kid pressure, entertaining, playing, comes to you because dad comes home from work and he's tired.
Mhm.
We gotta eat dinner. We gotta go to practice. Blah blah. But the fact that Bandit does play with the kids and they love jumping on him and like picking on him because he picks back, and Chili gets to go and have her time away. It's kind of refreshing that your kids is teaching your kids not just to rely on mom for all my emotional needs, all my, things like that. Dad comes in when I get maybe disciplined or, dad's the hard one. Like he keeps
Well-
me in line, but mom's the one that plays with me, and mom does crafts, and mom makes my meals, and it takes that emotional, it shows kids that think can be split. But my favorite thing is when someone pointed out that he works at the airport and she's an archaeologist because she digs
she's
for
a
bones.
paleontologist, so she digs for bones, and he's a bomb sniffing
And
dog.
he sniffers.
I
These are
know.
dog occupations.
I know, I love it.
Something that I love about it is how somber it can be too. So you have these really energetic episodes and whatnot. And there's like an episode where I can't remember I know Bandit. I can't remember the mom's name.
Chili.
Chili, yeah. So she was dealing with something and they needed to be left alone. And the whole episode was don't bother the mom because she needs her time.
Yeah.
And it's teaching the kids that stuff on a better level than, when we're in our time in that mood that they're in, we don't always deal with it that way. We, we might get loud, we might get aggressive, but it kind of teaches us we need to be patient.
And everyone needs a break, even moms, even kids see moms as like the focal point of everything. She can't break down because who's going to get my meals? Who's going to take me to here and there? And who's going to coordinate my day? But it shows that dads are perfectly capable of doing that same thing. Kids, should know that dad is perfectly capable of doing everything a mom can. And just because mom needs time to rest, your day can go on just as well as it
Mm-hmm.
does, all that stuff. But and they've handled pregnancy loss in there,
Mhm.
without
handle-
talking about pregnancy loss in front of children and being
Yeah, they do it to
overwhelmed
where
as a
we
new mom.
understand. My
Yeah.
favorite episode is one called Whale Watching, and it's where Bandit and Chili are hungover from New Year's Eve the night before, and the kids they're
We've
laying
all
on the
been
couch,
there.
right? And the kids
I-
they are laying on the couch, and the kids are wanting to play, and Bandit's really on the floor, and they're on him like he's a boat, and they're going whale watching, and Chili's just like, meh, have fun, I'm
Yeah.
laying here. And they were like, Muffin saw you dancing on the table. She's like, what do you mean Muffin saw me dancing on the table? She was supposed to be in bed.
Exactly. Muffin needs to go back to sleep.
I've said it
Muffin's a
before.
You've been
troublemaker.
hungover from
I
watching,
personally have a
midnight-
muffin, so I already know.
Jason, you've been hungover from going to midnight first showings of movies,
That's different.
but it's still waking up the next
Yeah.
morning and you're tired and your kid wants to play and you're like,
You have to take care of your
Well,
kid, and you're
let me-
like,
let me
I
say-
want
I
to.
haven't done a midnight showing though since Travis, because midnight showings have been a thing of the past for years now.
well, to me, midnight showing means anytime leaving my house after 8 p.m., unless
Yeah.
there's an emergency, that doesn't happen.
We go to the
Correct.
movies at 6, so if it's
Correct.
a Thursday night showing. Let's move over to Epcot for a minute. Something else that opened, this was the opening weekend for everything at Disney World that they've been wanting to do this year, because before the summer, they want to make sure everything's open for these kids and the cool kids summer thing. Soaring over America. It's officially, it's soft open officially. It's already open, but this is the actual opening. The locations, I don't know.
They're very landmarky.
Obviously,
I mean-
you're going over America. So I have watched the video. I know Terry has. Micah, did you get a chance?
I've watched
to-
parts of it. I haven't
Okay.
watched the whole thing.
So
Because I'm trying to leave a little bit of a surprise since I'm going to be there at the end of the month, and we're going to try and
That's
write it.
true.
So the you get Mount Rushmore. You go over the East Coast for lighthouses. You're going to Hawaii. The Grand Canyon was there. Los Angeles.
Mhm.
You get the Griffith Observatory. I can't talk. There's a lot you see. There's train from probably the Northwest. What I saw. I'll say it like this.
Everglades.
The Everglades, yeah. To me, and my understanding on this, when we're in California in a couple weeks with the training, California is the best. And that should still be at Disney California Adventure, because my understanding is that they're not going to switch over that until closer to the 4th of July. So I will be happy to be able to watch Soaring Over California.
I haven't
I-
watched Soarin' over California. When we were
I
there, it
haven't.
was the regular Soarin' that was at
They
Disney.
do it during their Food and Wine Festival, the California Food and Wine Festival.
Okay.
And then they usually bring it back over to Soaring Over the World. But because there's so little time in between the festival and the 4th of July, my understanding, I could be wrong, and I'll be glad to be wrong. I actually hate to be wrong on this one because I really want to see California. But is that they're just going to keep California as long as they can and then flip everything, because their whole thing isn't themed to like ours. They rethemed the whole entrance into Soarin' to be like American flags and all that stuff. Soaring Over California and the Soarin' building in California Adventure is themed to aviation history.
Mm.
Yes, but
Patrick
so they're up-
Warburton.
Yeah, they updated the intro.
It's
So where-
funny. I
where
did
he-
see.
Yeah, he comes in as himself now.
Yeah.
And he
Mhm.
says, this is, soaring over the USA or soaring over America, whatever they're calling it. And then he goes, let's go over a few rules. And then it cuts into the
Well,
original.
and then what he says is there's an attractive young man that's going to tell you about these rules.
So it's just him back in the day. So they've kept that, which is iconic in and of itself.
Yeah.
But to me, the video that I watched, Micah, I get what you're doing, but it feels like you want to be there, and seeing it that way is different than watching it on your phone, just because
You're going to smell the smells, and they're going to be
Yeah.
surprises anyway.
and you're gonna be doing the little back and forth. I just feel like Soaring Over California was hang gliding. It felt like you were hang gliding.
Mm.
Soaring Over the World kind of stopped with that. You got a lot
Yeah.
of that CGI, and there's CGI in this too, and you got a lot of overdone transitions.
And you definitely feel like, I feel like the Soarin' over the world, like you feel like you're in a helicopter riding around.
Yes.
It's not the hang gliding aspect.
And this
I
one-
remember being a kid and having that hang gliding feeling with one of the original Soarin' videos that they had at
Yeah.
Epcot.
Which was California. And then this one feels like drone, very drone-ish, because there's
Mhm.
points where you're going one way and you come to a full stop and then you turn, and it's like
You don't dip. You don't
Yeah.
dip and you don't glide and dip as you
right. It's
like you would naturally go with the wind.
there's still some CGI in this for different things. Obviously, watching on a phone, I can't tell as good as I could watching it in person. But it just the transitions don't feel as forced. There's a lot that feel a little bit more natural, just fades versus like you have to have the whale jump out and splash you to a
Mhm.
transition, or the
The hawk comes, or
hot
the
air
eagle or
balloons
whatever.
turn into something.
Yeah.
This feels a little bit more natural. I still don't think it's as good as California. I think they did it and then they can't get that high again. I think the
It's
guy
hard.
that designed it, he left Disney. So
It feels great. I feel like there's some things they could have, like the Grand Canyon's great, Statue of Liberty's great.
the rocket at the beginning is pretty cool. Seeing that you're in
Yeah.
Florida, seeing the Artemis fly, that's
Like,
cool.
While we had a trip through the Everglades, not really sure about that. When we could have done like Niagara Falls and like gone down the fall, like did like a kind of like a swoop feeling,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
You've got
I
the
feel like-
arch. You've got
Yeah, you
I
all
know, I was
these.
gonna say
under
St.
the
Louis.
arch.
Yeah.
Somebody I saw complain, which I'm fine with. They're like, we should have seen Disneyland in this. I'm like, but they've actually made it that now where each park is specific. So
Yeah.
Disneyland,
Yeah.
you'll see Disneyland. Walt Disney World, you see Epcot. So I'm
I feel
fine
like
with it.
something should stay land world specific because
Yeah.
it entices you to go to the other one. Because why would I be going to
I mean-
California if everything's a carbon copy of Florida?
Yes.
It's like, what's the point? So I do think something should stay exclusive to their own parks.
I'm
'Cause it's like
excited to.
Small World,
Yeah.
you
well,
know.
Small World. That's a different story.
But I didn't get to go to the iconic one in Disneyland, and I've only ridden Small World here twice, and that was both times with kids because they were sleeping and I needed
only
something to
rode
do
it twice?
because the other one was on a ride, so we needed air conditioning and there was no line.
I've
The only
ridden
two
it.
times I've ridden it.
I think I've ridden it twice in a day here, and I hate it both times.
No, so I wanted to go to the iconic one in Disneyland, and it was refurbed. It was
Now
so bad.
Disneyland is great just because it's the original.
I
It
know.
definitely is better.
Right.
Like, definitely is better.
Speaking of Disneyland, this is great for us since we're going June 10th is when a lot of us are arriving to go to our training. Starting June 9th, Disneyland Park hopping is no longer time limit. So that means that
That's great.
you still have to make your reservation. Unfortunately, they need to get rid of the reservation system. I don't
Yeah.
understand why it's still there. So I was joking with Rachel. I was like, what's the reservations like? What do we need to make reservation for? What park, what day? And she goes, I don't know. I'm just winging it. Well, I'm like, well, I'm just going to make Disneyland every morning and wait until 11 o'clock to park hop to wherever. But I'm going to go get my Ronto wrap every morning. So now I can go get my Ronto wrap every morning.
And then just hop right
There you
over
go.
to
Right over.
DCA.
Right over.
So I'm going to be the fat guy running in between the parks with a Ronto wrap.
But their breakfast Ronto wraps are really good. They are so good. I didn't
think
know
we-
that
You
from.
hauled butt
He did.
that day to get onto a wrap.
And it feels like it's longer to get to, well, it is longer to get to Disneyland's because it's all the way in the back of their park.
Disneyland's is long.
But I always mobile order it right when I walk in the park. So that's what I enjoy. So that's good news. Maybe one day they'll get rid of the park hop, the reservation system, so that you can just go and do what you want to. Because when we went a couple of years ago for our anniversary,
Mm-hmm.
we stayed Club Level at Pixar, and I got them to change our reservations and for the first night, and forgot to do it for the rest of the time we were there. So I was like, had my eyes set on that Ronto wrap and got in line at Disneyland, and our reservations were for DCA, so I had to not get it.
Oops.
Yeah. Let's switch over to Universal for a little bit. We talked about a couple weeks ago. Universal had started putting the Face IDs in at the World's portal. The rumors of an open hub for Celestial Park seem to have come true. The attendees of an upcoming beauty conference in Orlando will be the first to experience Celestial Park in an open hub. So what happened was they all got emails saying that, hey, you can come over here at a certain time and you can enjoy our offerings here. So they can eat Pizza Moon, Atlantic, the Blue Dragon. There's the barbecue place. They'll be able to walk around. There are
This is
places.
Darn
delicious.
Oak Tavern.
Yeah, Star and Oak. There is a place at both Celestial Carousel and Stardust Racers for facial recognition. So
Okay. So you have to have
that
a
would
ticket.
mean, yes. So that they could put that in there for them. They could leave it out just to see how everything flows. But this is what they want. This is so close to the Orange County Convention Center that they can open up the hub. let people come in and enjoy the time, make money off of them, even though they're not there for the theme park. They're there for a convention. So they're the guinea pigs. I guess pat on the back. Well, we didn't call it, but we talked about it.
We did. I like the idea, but at the same time, being someone who's like paying to be there, I don't know how I feel about all those people just like taking up reservations for the restaurants or like space for the nighttime show.
I think though that's where they're hurting. No one wants to eat in the restaurants.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Like Pizza Moon has gotten all the huzz fuzz. Everybody loves going into Pizza Moon. It's great themed. It's beautiful and they're great pizza.
The pizza
good,
is
yeah.
good.
The Atlantic, I don't hear much about, even though it's right there at the entrance. The Blue Dragon at the back of the park, I don't hear much about. Then Oak and Star and Oak, whatever. I hear
This
it's
is the
great
one where
food.
Micah got the cone of mac and cheese.
Oh, that's in
Here,
Isle of Burke.
barbecue.
That's a quick service.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's Isle
that
of
was,
Burke.
that was delicious. Sorry, I just
That
got
was
on a
good.
little tangent there thinking about the food we ate. Oh, that was
Yeah.
one of the best things that.
Yeah. It was like, that's why people aren't going to these sit downs though, because their quick service food is so good.
It is
Yeah.
really good.
And I mean, do you want to waste time sitting down unless you know the restaurant is worth it? You know, you only have so much time in a park. Because
Yeah.
me, if it wasn't for a family or like, you know, if we go as a group, I'm
Well,
not going to waste time at a sit down.
We sat down at Pizza Moon at just the right time. We had done a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, sat down and ate, and we still had a few things to do that afternoon. So with the park being as light as it is with attractions, I think it's
Mhm.
still a good time to be able to sit down and eat. They're just not getting the advertisement for these places out as well as they should. So maybe these convention goers coming in here and having the Blue Dragon or Star and Oak. I can't even, there's a meteor one over in front of Harry Potter. It's a burgers
right.
pub. And we got to drink there, but we didn't know it was a restaurant.
I definitely want to try Star and Oak because I've actually heard really good things about that one.
Yeah.
And I mean, food is where they make probably the majority of their money. If you're talking about, I mean, the margins are slim, but if you're talking about money, you know, people that aren't paying, quote unquote, to come into the park and every, you know, you don't make money on rides. You don't make money on people, but you do make money in stores and you make money on food. So
Well,
if
they
can
do
get
make
someone
money
there-
on rides now, just with the Express Pass.
Well, yeah, but they can get someone in there to watch a show. But hey, the show starts around dinner time, so while we're in there, we need to probably get something to eat because I'm hungry. You know, my stomach's naturally hungry around this time. Or we're getting a bit of drink while we wait. You know, the markup on alcohol is so much and everything else. That I mean, financially, like you said, if the restaurants aren't as busy as they want them, then they've got to do something to drive people in there.
And that's also, we talked about it a little bit last week with the Disney stuff. The inside of theme park restaurant food isn't the best. So,
No.
and like we said, I've eaten at Pizza Moon a couple times and enjoyed it both times. I haven't eaten anywhere else because of all the hype for Pizza Moon. And I've kind of been in the mood for a pizza both times I've been. Or sat down and ate.
We
The,
ate at the steak place, not the steak, STAKE steak.
The
Yeah, but
Burning
that was-
Blade Tavern.
Yeah,
That was like a snack because we didn't eat, we had like pretzels and something
you're
like that.
right.
That
And
wasn't
then
in
Pretzel
your,
was
Butterbeer
good, though.
place.
Yeah, we
Those
sat
That
down
guys
was
are
and
really
ate.
good. Yeah.
but we didn't really eat that day. Besides the Pizza Moon, you go to Universal proper with its Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. They only have a couple of sit down restaurants. I mean, can you name the two that they have in Universal Studios?
The sit-down
No.
restaurants in Universal.
Yeah, one of them's closed right now.
Is it La Bamba?
No,
It's at Mel's Diner.
no,
No, that's quick service.
because La Bamba's a buffet for VIP.
We're 0 for 2.
You have Finnegan's
Oh,
over there by the
Finnegan.
Mummy.
Uh-huh.
And that's closed for refurbishment. And I can't remember the name of it, but there's a seafood place across from Fast and Furious.
Well, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah.
And if you don't know it, the rest of us don't, because you're the universal person here. So
And then
we don't stand a
you have
chance.
Mythos over in Islands of Adventure. Cafe 4 is technically, I guess, a sit down when they do the superhero, but it's a buffet too.
Yeah.
But you know, they're
Cafe
not a
Forest.
great place.
4.
Cafe 4.
I was
Like-
like Cafe Forest. I was like Rainforest.
Like
Cafe.
the Fantastic Four.
I got you.
So I mean, Universal, when it comes to sit down restaurants in their theme parks, if it's not Mythos, they don't have the best track record of being the best food.
No.
So, and I think they've overdone it really well on their quick service. Staying in Epic Universe for a little bit, the Captain Cacao. Do you know who that is?
Isn't he the bear?
Yeah, he's the bear that goes and finds all the candy through the universe, through the
Oh, is this the
celestial.
thing that goes crazy? Like once a
Huh?
year, people like their little bear, like it's the merch bear that people get.
Yeah, no, he
No.
sold out during grand opening and stuff.
He
They
did.
couldn't
He
keep his
did.
little plushie.
Well, Travis has one, but he is the bear that goes around and finds all the chocolate, all the candies, and brings it back to Epic Universe for you to buy. He is now a walk around character, starting May 22nd. So by the time this comes out, he's walking around.
Are they trying
He
to
actually-
like copy Duffy from Disney, like in Asia?
No, because no one wants Duffy. Think about that. Duffy came to America. Like Japan and Hawaii, I think China loves Duffy. They sell
They do.
the
Like it's all
crud out
over
of
the
Duffy.
Alani Resort, all over it.
They
Yeah.
brought him over here. I think we have one picture with Duffy, and that's it. Like they bring Duffy Santa out, or Santa Duffy, for Jollywood, and he gets a long line now. But he pretty much flopped. They took all the merch for Duffy out of Walt Disney World. But
Oh.
Captain Cacao, people
Well, I
when
guess
that
if you're not a huge Disney fan, you may not know who Duffy is.
right,
Yeah.
Duffy is Mickey's stuffed bear.
Yeah.
But
For
I
those
think
who don't
Mickey is
know.
enough.
Right.
Like you know what I'm
And
saying? Like
Univers-
you don't need another character having a sub character.
Right. Universal has a lot of characters, but a lot of those, like the Transformers, the
They're not
Minions.
original.
They
to
don't
Yeah.
have a
the
main
park.
head. Like they don't have a Mickey.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the kind of, I mean, when you think about like the IPs they have in the park with ET, Jaws, that type of stuff,
Yeah, but they
those
don't
were
have
the
a
things.
hidden Mickey.
No.
I
But
mean, they don't have the brand recognition like that, where you can just see an outline of a Mickey head and automatically like Disney.
how many, if you ask me how many times I go into Universal saying, and we talked about it last week with the Rachel steak, but how many times I go to Universal Park to take a picture with any of their characters, I don't. Like we took
Right.
a picture with Optimus last time because Travis loves Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
He took a picture with Gabby because he loves Gabby's Dollhouse. But
Mm-hmm.
we really haven't stopped to take pictures with characters because they're Universal characters. We don't care much about them.
Right.
So Duffy is that person, he can be that. We took a picture with Toothless at Epic.
I still want to
I-
do that.
Do you feel like the good thing about Universal that Disney needs to do better is just characters walking around in general, like
That's
not
what
in
Disneyland
spots.
does that.
Yeah. You can't
But
do it
just
in Walt
walking-
Disney World. Just too many
But-
people.
But what I like about Universal, their characters too, is like they're more face characters, not mascot characters. Does that make
Mhm.
sense? Like Frankenstein. I think one time we went, they like came and parked the
It's-
mystery mobile, and there were
It's
Oh yeah,
Frankenstein.
all the Scoobies. Yeah.
Frankenstein's monster.
Yes, get it right.
But they had like I think it was Shaggy and Scoop. Maybe it's like Shaggy and Daphne. But they were like people. They were face characters, like people
Mhm.
characters that were walking around, not like someone in a Homer Simpson costume
But-
walking around or a Shrek costume. Like I like how Universal takes their real people and puts them in like the Hollywood makeup and everything, and then to walk amongst the masses. Or like I mean. The Scooby Doo characters weren't. They had the Mystery Machine part there
Mhm.
with the rope, and then you had to
Right.
stand in line. But
But
I
they
do wish,
end
like
up
you
walking
said,
around from
and that's how we saw Frankenstein. Matt has a picture with him because he was literally
Frankenstein's
walking.
monster.
Frankenstein's monster. He was literally walking down the street, and there was no one around him. Like not even like a cast member like escorting him. It was like Matt was like, "Hey," threw a peace sign, walked by, the guy smiled, and just kept walking. Just
Mhm.
Monster
and like you
doesn't
said, I know
smile.
Disney World can't do that because it would just be utter chaos. But sometimes you wonder if they had face characters that were less popular.
But
And I'm
that-
going to
and-
say this, but I know she's not, but like a Mary Poppins, that they could just walk around and like have a pop up, like
So
not a
that's-
standing thing.
That's the thing,
but-
though, is like especially Universal Orlando, like Hollywood. You had Glinda walk around. She was interacting with Beetlejuice, the monster with
Yeah.
Bri. All those folks, when she came out, she was having a good time. People were trying to get clips, go viral, whatever, but they were all great. You come over to Universal Orlando, I don't think Glinda came out besides a couple of times when the stores first opened, and then when For Good came out, and Alphabet was there. But all your other face characters, you still have the Mystery Machine and all the Scooby-Doo gang. But then you have Betty Boop, you have
Mhm.
Marilyn
Yeah.
Monroe, you have Popeye and Olive Oil. You don't have these people that if you walk past Betty Boop with my son right now, I would even wager to say
Yeah.
your kids, they would be like, who is
I
that?
guess I have no idea.
Ova would
I
not know who Betty Boop is.
And I would think it's every other girl that's dressed up like Betty Boop for Halloween since I've been in college.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
then
like it's just not iconic anymore.
Marilyn Monroe looked like she's like besides her hair, she is dressed just like a lot of these girls in like early college, high
Mhm.
school
Or
type
she looks
stuff.
like Betty Boop, but a blonde.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's what they're
Red
dressing with her.
dress. Yeah.
So I think that's the problem. Is like going all the way to this. Captain Cacao is a great. Here's an epic universe character. You have Igor in Dark Universe. You know, you have Yoshi over in Super Nintendo. You have all the dragons. There's nothing in Harry Potter. I mean, you've got the exchange students and the
Yeah,
orb
I
that
mean, you
walk
have some of
around,
the
but
students walking around, but you don't really
you've got to
have
pay
anything
attention
else.
for them.
Yeah.
So having an actual like Celestial Park character kind of gives a little bit to it.
Yeah.
It does, but I don't really like his design.
I love it. I'm 100% for it. Travis, we had to buy him a Captain Cacao last time we went, and he loves it.
I mean, I think it's cute. I just think they could have done better.
I don't think so. I think he's better than
They could've done
Duffy.
better. Oh,
think
he's
he's
better.
better.
That's not saying a lot, though.
I mean, it is. Disney could not sell Duffy. Universal.
No. But what I'm saying is they're going to be an
Universal put
iconic
Captain
character.
Cacao out, and they sold out for the first like 5 months the thing was out. Like they could not keep Captain Cacao in stock.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, if they're going to make if they want a figurehead, like a Mickey Mouse, like a...
I don't think they want a Mickey Mouse though. They just want something in Celestial Park for people to see,
Mhm.
and somebody that they can, when they open up this flex space next to Atlantic, that Captain Cacao could be there, and they can walk him out just like they walk out Mickey Mouse. He's not the Mickey Mouse of Universal. He's just a good character.
Mhm.
I just think they could have made him cuter.
I think he's plenty fine. You're being too Disney-ish.
I'm not. I just his one star eye is a little striking against his such dark fur.
Because it's supposed to be
Mhm.
chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, I know cacao.
It's
is
like sitting there and
dark
saying that-
chocolate. I get that, but he's just...
It's like if you go and see what's Bing Bong in Pixar Place. If you walk up and say, well, his cotton candy is too pink. I mean,
No, I'm saying if you're creating a character from scratch, he's just initial reaction. I'm like, he's okay.
He's a
We gotta
teddy
rem-
bear. He looks like a teddy bear.
He's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
I
okay.
will say, I don't think the guy was designed to be a walk-around character. They were designed very much to have a dark character on like lighter labels for their
Mhm.
candy. And then they didn't realize how popular this thing was going to be. So when they brought out Captain Cacao merch and it was sold out, they're like, well, maybe we should start investing in doing a walk around. And they did. So it led to this. If
Just
it
shows
wasn't
how
initially
gullible
designed
us
to be.
adults are. Like, oh, there's a cute chocolate bear that's
Yeah.
specific to Epic. Let's go buy all the merch.
They should have done like a monkey or something.
They have Donkey Kong in Super
But they sent
Nintendo
a
World.
monkey up in space. What was that monkey's name when they were doing all the testing?
I don't remember, but they're
Chimpanzee?
buried.
Yeah,
No,
the
they have-
chimp.
No, they have two small monkeys, two spider monkeys. They're buried in Huntsville.
See, monkey would have been better than bear, and it could have gathered all the chocolate because it could swing from trees,
And it has
and
opposable
it had a
thumbs.
tail. It could still have
A
the star
bear.
eye.
A bear. I like it. We're
I mean,
debating.
I'm not saying he's not
We
cute.
are debating a bear, a
I
stuffed
just thought they
animal.
could have done better.
I
But
think
I'm
he's
still
fine.
I'm still the person that thinks Disney still needs to do better with their graphic design on
Yeah.
merch. I have high
I
standards for merch. You know,
I think this merch wise, they did perfect for Captain Cacao, and
And
they did do the Duffy thing because there's a whole crew of these people. There's Admiral. There's all these different characters that go with Captain Cacao that they can eventually bring out, and they will end up selling them. This did better than what Disney wanted Duffy to do, and I bet you that Disney is rethinking Duffy at this point, saying, "Hey, maybe they put Duffy in Disneyland again for the 70th. I don't know if there's
Mhm.
merch for him, but they
do you
did.
think they just had a lot left over in the warehouse and they were like, redress these for the 70th and put them back out there?
No, he's in the parade, is what he is. The walk around Duffy
You
is
think
in the parade.
they like redid him, gave him an outfit?
No, they just
and
let him walk around, or I think he's on a tricycle or something like that.
I was like, unicycle. That'd be interesting.
That'd be really
I don't know if you
interesting.
can tell. I'm very neutral on this subject because I'm just like, whatever. It's just a bear.
You're Rachel on the bananas last week.
I'm just like, this is just. It's
Why
a
are these
bear.
two people fighting over a look of a bear?
I think you guys need to agree to disagree on your
That
points
sounds
of view on
like-
Captain Cacao.
We'll
They
agree
could have
that
done better. We'll agree to disagree.
I mean, Disney can do better. I mean, I do think that
You can't
yes,
say
anybody
you're
given
wrong
time
that it could
can
have been
do
better.
anybody can do better.
chimp.
But
A
I don't
chimp in
think-
space.
I think a bear is perfect. Don't
And
do
then
you don't
they
need
could
a
have
chimp.
like the tail of the
With the
monkey, but like
bear.
a tail of a comet.
No, that's
know,
too much.
I feel like a bear is good because, like, when a kid goes by to see it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, a teddy bear," like type thing, and they'll want the merch for it. I
Okay.
feel
Exactly.
go.
There's no market. They'll say it's a teddy bear. There's no, like, they
Right.
walk by, like, the mouse that looks like Mickey Mouse. Like, that's Mickey Mouse. They walk by this. They're like, that's Star Bear because he's got a star for his eye.
That's fine because it gives an
But-
icon
But
level
that's
to
no
this
different than
character.
every other teddy bear they have in the big bean bag of teddy bears like I have at my house.
That's very different from the ones we have. I'll take that as a win because Micah agreed with me.
Or cacao, or they could have Captain Cacao Chimp.
No.
I'm
No,
taking
the
this to the
bear's
higher
fine.
ups. I'm taking it to
Go
the
for
higher
it.
ups. I'm
Go
saying,
for
look,
it.
my friend Jason's really stuck on this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get under his skin. Hey, I'm like Micah. I don't care what the bear looks like. He's cool.
I mean, I will take a picture with Captain Cacao just because he's probably going to end up being a rare character in the next 5-6 years. Let's put it that way. I'll go in. I won't wait in a 40-minute line, but if I just happen to be there when he walks out, picture, let's go. Speaking of iconic stuff, the tribute store this summer for Universal, which has become a big thing every year, every season now, it seems like there's a tribute store for something. They have the holiday tribute store. It started with HHN, which I always love, and then the Mardi Gras tribute store, and they have a summer one. This summer is celebrating Steven Spielberg and all of his movies that he's done for Universal. Mainly, it's a big plug, though, because he has a new movie called Disclosure Day coming out June 12th, if I remember right. I'll miss that movie opening night unless I skedaddle on some training stuff. So if y'all look around and I'm missing, I might be in a theater.
If you miss training to go to a movie theater,
I'm going to miss training. I'm not
that you
flying.
would see any other time.
Hey, I will tell you this. If we were at Universal Hollywood, I would go see it at Hollywood, the AMC in Hollywood,
Well, that
Or
would
if
be
it's-
understandable.
because that's one of the largest IMAX screens in the United States. And then Chinese
I've
theater.
never seen an IMAX movie.
Well,
I haven't
you make
either.
that happen.
I've never went to IMAX.
Okay.
I've done a
That's
4D
fine.
movie, like where they do the 4DX or whatever.
I want to do that so bad.
They're okay.
I want like a good one.
We saw Interstellar
Anyway.
like that. That was pretty good.
We saw Mufasa the Lion King because that's what Kova wanted to see, and I
I'm
had
sorry.
well, I
Did
had
not
a
like
gift.
that.
I had a gift card
Yeah.
to Regal, so I didn't pay for it. Like it was a gift card; it was free.
Hey.
I would not have spent that money to see that movie there, but
In your defense, I love Interstellar. Colton loves Interstellar. My husband hates Interstellar.
And then your
So
husband.
Really?
I
Rob.
would love to see that in 4D, and Matt would have gotten out of there and be like, I don't know why we paid for this. That movie
The
sucked.
whole space stuff where it's just sitting there floating. Your chair is just kind of moving, just slowly.
What about the wall of water when that comes? How does that feel in there?
I mean, we saw it. That was what, over 10 years ago.
Was
It was 12 years ago, yeah. Because I went for my bachelor party. We went to Panama City where they have one of those theaters.
God, that doesn't feel like so long ago.
We just watched it
I
the
love
other day. But yeah, so Steven Spielberg, he has all like this is you see Jaws stuff, Jurassic Park, E.T. Any of those movies that Universal and Steven Spielberg have done, those are in that little tribute store. I think that's a pretty little cool exhibit. The fact that Steven's put some of the stuff out there for someone like a movie person like myself, I'll probably walk through it, take my time.
I think that's like Spielberg is worth it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even
Spielberg,
if you're not
in-
a movie person, you can obviously know
I
everything
mean-
he's contributed to film.
well, Spielberg is one of those names that used to sell movies. We're talking about Interstellar.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan is that director now. Everybody goes and sees
Yeah.
the Nolan movie. With Odyssey coming out, I'm planning on seeing that. The only Nolan movie I have not seen in theaters, in fact, I haven't seen it to this day, is Dunkirk. I've started it. I just never got to a point where I could
Yeah.
watch it. But I've seen every Nolan movie besides that, and I've seen most of them in theaters. And this Spielberg, he's gone the way of making smaller films over the past few years, like the Fablemans. He did West Side Story during COVID. So now this Disclosure Day is a big movie. They're trying to make a blockbuster again. People don't know. Some people do, but Jaws is considered the very first blockbuster for summertime. And that's what really started this whole summertime boom for movies.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to go in and see these things, it's really cool. And the history that Steven has.
I was reading somewhere that he's obviously to the point in his career because he's exceeded pretty much everyone else in his life where now, like you said, with the Fablemans and everything, where he's not interested in the blockbusters and smashes anymore, that he's more passion projects, and he funds apparently and helps a lot of smaller
Right.
directors get off the ground. And that's more what he's interested in now than like making the summer blockbuster. And he's like,
Yeah.
been there, done that. I'm old. I want to do what I want to do. And I'll help
Um,
anyone out along the way that needs help. my projects with my name on them. You know, if they don't make tons of money, it's cool.
The next movie he does is supposed to be a Western, is what he said. And that would be, he has done every genre of movies.
Movie.
So that he's been trying to work on a Western, try to get something together. The other fun fact is, like, I think 99% of his movies have been scored by John Williams. So it's just one of those things. They always have a working relationship.
Person, like, such good music.
Yeah, but he's not going to be around much longer. He's like 98, just turned 98, 99, something like that.
Well, then that means
Don't
the people under him are scoring the films, not him.
There are no
personally.
people. It's all AI. There are no people.
Yeah. I will mention, I didn't put it in my show notes because I saw it and just forgot. It's June 1st. I'm a big Lego person. We have the Lego castle that's set up out in my printing room is what it is. That we have the Hogwarts castle. You know, we have.
Time out real quick.
Yeah.
My kids just completed the Artemis.
Really?
My in-laws sent it to them. It's about 2 to 3 feet high.
Yeah.
And that was their weekend project. We just have to put the lights on it now, but they just completed the Artemis, and it's pretty cool.
I have the Dark Falcon for me and Travis to do later in
We have the
life
Dark Falcon.
because I wanted something for me and him to do. But Disney has announced that they are doing the Main Street Lego set for the 70th anniversary. So it's Disneyland Main Street with Crystal Palace, Walt's apartment, all that stuff.
Oh, that'll be cool.
I'm getting it at some point. It's probably won't be opening drop day. It'd probably be hard to get for a few months. $400, but I think if I can set up a little city for my castle, I can put Main Street right in front of it.
I need adults to start not liking Legos again so I can afford them for my children.
I think that's the problem, though, is that the people like us who grew up with Legos and now they're actually making Legos to look like Legos, like the things they're supposed to be. We couldn't, when we built the Falcon as kids, it was small, not that great detail. And now you have a 6,000 piece Falcon that looks exactly like the movie. You know, I have a couple of Batmobiles that look great. I have the Batwing from '89. That's going to do it for all the news, though, for today. We'll come back and we're going to talk about how we would do Disney in one day.
Are you dreaming of your next adventure but overwhelmed by planning? Magical Travel has you covered. With over 24 years in the business, we specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, cruise vacations, and all-inclusive resort getaways. Our services are 100% complimentary when you book a vacation package with one of our knowledgeable agents. Request a free quote to start the planning process at www.magicaltravel.com. Mention our podcast to be connected with one of our agents you were listening to.
And we're back. Allison was supposed to be here this week. Talk about her there and back trip where she went down to Walt Disney World and I think she only did 3 parks in a day, but she flew in, did her parks, flew back home. We're still going to have her on and talk about that and everything that had to go through it. You know, it might be December by the time she gets on to talk, but it's going to happen. But in the spirit of things,
her show's socials at our socials.
Yes.
If you want to see what happened.
She never made it home. She's still in Walt Disney World trying to.
She's on a girls' trip this time.
Yeah, that's why she's not here, is because she really still stuck down in Disney World. So in the spirit of things, we figured, hey, if we had one day to do all 4 parks, what would be priority and how would you go about it? I consider myself, and I am tooting my own horn, expert in 4 days in 4 parks in one day, because that's how we used to do it almost year round. We'd go down on a Friday, go into the parks on Saturday, come home on a Sunday, and we hit all 4 parks. So I'm pretty much going to let Micah and Terry, I'll intervene with stuff that I would do and how I would start, but I don't know how we want to do this. Micah, do you want to start with what would be your first thing? What park would you start in?
So I always think the best idea, and before I say the park, is you always want to look at your park hours and see which park, and especially if you're staying on property, like if you got there the night before, even if you're not, the park that opens the earliest, and that's going to be Animal Kingdom. So you'll start at Animal Kingdom because you're there in the earliest if you want to maximize your park time. And then my personal thing is I would rope drop, Flight of Passage, and then probably do a little bit of safari, jump over, do single rider for Everest, grab a coffee, and then I'm probably do my little walk around, maybe do one of the trails, and then I'm kind of good to head to the next part.
Terry, where would you start?
Basically what Micah just said, everything until Everest. But I also had a separate game plan where I made one and then I realized I had like the perfect day, and then I realized I didn't have Animal Kingdom in there at all.
Well, but again, if you're going and you only have one day at Disney and you don't like Animal Kingdom or it's not your favorite park, you might not be going there.
But so my day started at, I mean, I went from like where I was sleeping. Like we're sleeping in Grand Flow.
Well, you did like Claude. You
She
said, hey,
did.
Claude,
She's
what's
doing
this?
all the
Look,
information.
Claude has taught me to be over prepared. It was like perfect day. Well, we got to start with where you waking up, girl.
I was very much vibing with Gemini on mine because I was like, yeah, I like this. It's like very open. It's telling me like very like things, but then it's like letting me decide.
And for peek behind the curtain, we were talking about this before the pod. Me and Micah put this together while we're like cooking dinner for our family tonight.
Yeah.
We're like, brainstorming. So what I had was Grand Flow, take a minivan of Topolino's because there are Mickey waffles there. And I asked the lady, I was like, why are these Mickey waffles better than other Mickey waffles? And she's like, they're made with like a sour cream in them, where like the standard
sour
Mickey
cream
waffles are
waffles?
not. They're like bigger and thicker and fluffier, which I get it because Topolino's is more expensive than like your average
And it's
Mickey
a sit
breakfast.
down.
Yeah. So, but I was like, why are these, is it just me or are these waffles better than normal? And she was like, no, it's not you. And she explained it so. And then I was going to take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios.
See, Terry and
Okay.
I have different strategies for our days.
So I'm gonna tell Terry she's wrong because the right way to I'm not gonna worry about breakfast. I'll do breakfast on Sunday.
And then I was like, I don't care about I'm not a big foodie. I'm a let's eat while we walk person.
That's why I say you're wrong, is because I'm with Micah. We didn't look at park hours though, but even then it was always Saturday used to be.
First.
We went to Animal Kingdom. It was always early at Magic Hour, so we went in there first. We could do Safari, Everest, and we would sometimes, depending if we road chopped it right and got the Flight of Passage, we could do all three. But most of the time it was that, and we were done with all that before Hollywood Studios opened. So we would go, Hollywood Studios. So we would do all that within an hour. It's not my favorite park, but we wanted to make sure we got it done, and we'd get Starbucks or something there as a snack to carry us over.
You're wrong because you would take Everest over Flight of Passage.
But we were picking it because of the wait times.
Right. They were looking at wait times.
Yeah.
If you're going to Animal Kingdom, you got to do Flight of Passage.
Which we would. If we got in there, we were at the front of rope dropping, we would go to Flight of Passage and get in there. And it burned us a couple times because we ended up waiting 3 hours. So we usually hit Safari first if we were toward the back, and then we go to Everest, and then we make our way out.
On our perfect day, are we paying for Premier Pass?
I know. We paid for Lightning Lane. We just paid for
on our
not
perfect our hypothetical day.
I'm kind of going off of like what my plan is for the end of this month, when I'm literally doing this 4-park in one day plus a banana ball game, and possibly if we can get out of the banana ball game early enough, make it back to Magic Kingdom to watch Happily Ever After. We've got a real big plan.
So in my perfect day, I'm taking banana ball out where Micah has it, and I'm inserting my perfect day is including I'm paying for the rides to go on them, because if I only have one day, then I'm sacrificing food and I'm paying for rides because I don't have time to wait.
That's like Lightning Lane itself, like the multi-pass is what I would get.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get Premier Pass.
Also, because if you get Lightning Lane multi-pass for Animal Kingdom, it's the cheapest of the multi-passes. And you can use it if you have a park hopper at the other parks. Also a good reason to start at Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom you had to start out with. I mean, that's just a no-brainer.
It gets too hot.
Yeah.
The animals don't come out when it's hot. So if you do the safari too
then
late,
you're doing the safari first thing in the morning. They had just come out and start walking around. They're more active, so they're enjoyable. Micah, what's your second, where you're going next?
So next would be Hollywood Studios. Hopefully, because the buses don't start running until, is it 10? So hopefully I'll be done. Well, I was going to say, hopefully I'll be done before the point of a bus actually going, so I can get to Hollywood Studios in time. If I haven't had breakfast, get my Ronto wrap like Jason. We're going to hit a few rides there. Someone in my group, they've never ridden Rise of the Resistance. So we're actually going to do single rider if it's open for Rise of the Resistance, because you can get through pretty quickly on that. We're going to see if any of us are brave enough to do Tower of Terror, because they've never done it before. We might do Tower of Terror and get like a
glam
quick...
pot.
Yeah,
the glam bot, right? So Hollywood
Studios
Studios is not like super high on our list, just because like we're there as like 3 moms. So we're gonna get a couple things out of the way. Maybe head to why can't I think of the name of the tap house?
It's called Tap House.
Okay. Tap House. Might grab something there. And then we're going to ride the Skyliner to Epcot. That would be my next move.
Terry.
I'm going to Hollywood Studios. I'm going paying to go and Rise of the Resistance. Going there. I'm going to take a long way back around just out of nostalgic reasons because I like to see the whole park even though I'm not experiencing it. And then I'm going on the new Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster. Going to straight up bypass that Tower of Terror piece. Not doing it. No way. Gonna go on the Rock and Roller Coaster again because we have Premier Pass, Lightning Lane, whatever it's gonna cost that day.
If I can't get a Lightning Lane for it, then we're probably not gonna ride it because we're not gonna wait in the line.
Yeah, you don't want to
We're
waste
getting
time
there. We're there on the 30th, so like not long after it opens, so it's gonna be busy while we're there.
Well, that's the good thing. So like you're at Animal Kingdom begin with. You get to go ahead and get that first Lightning Lane done and made and go through it.
And then
Clean it out.
And then you go ahead and start modifying. So you have your Rock and Roller Coaster, your Tower of Terror, your Rise, whatever you want, you can get it.
Then I'm gonna shop my way up Sunset Boulevard, then through the exit because that is some of the best shopping in Disney World.
Yeah, they
go
have
and say
great
it.
shop.
And then I'm gonna get on a no, I'm not getting on a bus. I'm getting on a minivan because this is my perfect day. So I'm paying for things and I'm going to Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Right.
Hollywood Studios to Magic Kingdom.
No, I'm not wrong again because I want to be there in time for the 3:00 Festival of Fantasy Parade.
You can do it. So I'm with y'all on the Hollywood Studios. We'd always do we'd make Hollywood Studios by rope drop when we used to do our plan. So we would always make it there. We'd run in, do Rock and do Tower, and then take a little bit of time to do Great Movie Ride. That tells you how long ago this was. And then we'd make our way out and we would take a boat. We'd be able to sit down, relax for a little bit. And
I
we'd
like
take
the
a boat
friendship boats.
take the boat to Epcot for our third park. Usually we wouldn't grab anything to eat. We might, do Star Tours or something like that in studios if we had enough time, but it was an in and out, just like Animal Kingdom. We did what we wanted to do and we got out.
Yeah.
So Micah, you're in Epcot now, correct?
So we're going to ride the Skyliner and go through International Gateway, possibly do single rider for Remy's because we have some people in our group who hasn't ridden Remy's, and that's a pretty easy one if it's single riders open to get on. We're going to pay for an individual Lightning Lane for Cosmic Rewind because it's not a trip to Disney if I'm going to be in Epcot if I don't get to ride Cosmic Rewind. And I'm going to try and have a Lightning Lane multi-pass for the new Soarin'. And then, of course, we're going to get some like different bites and drinks around World Showcase as we're walking. And since there's 3 of us, we're going to share. And just most of these parks are going to be pretty quick. Like we have very specific rides we want to ride, specific things we want to do because we're on such a tight time crunch. Make our way to the front of the park and monorail to Magic Kingdom.
Terry, where are you going to go wrong this time?
I'm not going wrong.
You guys are just button heads this entire episode.
If anyone's paid attention for the past year, me and Jason are polar opposites. He is HHN. I am happy-go-lucky, Tinkerbell, Pixie Dust,
Mickey's
Disney
not
World.
so scary. Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's what makes us so good together.
Ride. I am the step above Kitty Ride, not quite thrilled. But that's why this is a great dynamic.
You're getting better though, because you're riding Rock and Roller Coaster. You rode Revenge of the Mummy.
That's why this is a great dynamic because he's like chicken tendies and fries, and we're introducing him to like different food. But I think that's what makes the dynamic work is that we're not 4 people that are like
the same.
Oh, carbon copy. Oh, carbon copy. I do this, because it tells you like this is different personalities that enjoy these 2 parks that in real life we probably would never like organically meet and hang out, but we do it together and it works. Like I don't feel like either one of us was unhappy when we were in like Disney or Universal with any decisions anyone made.
A lot of the time we were giving and choosing with stuff too. Like, we would try to get you on stuff and even if you didn't want to, and we respected the fact that you didn't want to do something.
Like Velocicoaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no
Stardust,
way.
Though.
Absolutely no way.
All right, so what are you doing?
So I'm at Magic Kingdom now.
Yeah,
I took my minivan to Magic Kingdom, paying to go on Tron. Going on Tron. Gonna take the long way around just because of nostalgia. Like to visit the park, got to see the castle, all that fun stuff. Gonna head to Haunted Mansion. Gonna head to Pirates, and I'm gonna do Jungle Cruise because it always has a line, and it's never the Lightning Lane. But this is my perfect day, so there's no line today. I'm gonna take it. I love the corny jokes. I love it. It's my favorite.
Oh,
I'm gonna get my spring
Oh,
ro-
2-8.
Oh, true. Wait. The backside of water. I'm going to get my spring rolls at the cart at the
Mhm.
end of Adventureland, and I'm going to go find
At
a
the start
spot
of
on the curb.
Adventureland.
I'm going to find a
It
spot
depends on
on
what
the curb.
direction she's going.
Exactly. And I'm
It's
going to
to the
watch the
entrance to
festival.
Adventureland.
It is at the it's the entrance of Adventureland.
Yeah, you said it's at the end.
As she's leaving, she means as she's exiting.
As I'm
Adventureland.
exiting my end of
We gotta
Adventureland,
give her a hard
I'm
time on it.
I know.
I'm going to kick Jason in his head, and then I'm going to sit on a curb. And I'm going to watch the Festival of Fantasy Parade, and then I'm going to leave because I have to watch the Festival of Fantasy Parade
So
and get
I'm-
back in my minivan because I'm not getting on the Peace Melon monorail
no.
on my perfect day. On a normal day, yes, I'm definitely not paying for a minivan in the middle of the day
Right.
from Magic Kingdom to Epcot.
I will do it in a heartbeat nowadays. So I'm in Epcot. Usually we make it to Epcot around 11, 12 o'clock to get in there. We've stacked our lightning lanes the way we want to. So we do Soarin'. Like I said, this was pre a lot of the new attractions. We haven't tried a new route since a lot of stuff is open. We would walk around the world, and Bethany would get a lot of her lunch in that way. She'd get
Mhm.
snacks and all that stuff. So we spent about an hour, 2 hours just doing that, enjoying the atmosphere, walking. And then on the way out, we hit Spaceship
Who
Earth.
are you?
I'm meant to fly.
And we do that type of stuff. We do whatever the festival was, enjoy it, and do the festival center, Spaceship Earth on the way out. But we take the monorail because it is the best mode of transportation over to Magic Kingdom. And we're getting over there between 2 and 2:30 is usually the time we've made it to Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So, Micah, where are you now?
I don't have time frames on it. Like I have ideas in my mind, but I also know
Like-
realistically with
Yeah,
transportation
this-
and wait times and stuff like that, I don't know.
But like I said, the time frames for me, this was years ago,
Mhm.
and we were doing it almost once a month.
Right.
So this is just the way everything landed when we did it.
Mhm.
If I went down and did it like when we did it in September, this was very much not for how we did this.
Right.
But there was also a Halloween party, so we couldn't end in Magic Kingdom.
We couldn't end the Magic Kingdom, right? Because that kind of threw us off on what we were going to do. So next, we're in Magic Kingdom. We rode the monorail from Epcot. We're going to be in Magic Kingdom, and again, we have specific rides we want to ride. Not probably, well, I mean, maybe some rides that people think. So we really want to do Pirates of the Caribbean because multiple of us in the group don't think it's a trip to like Magic Kingdom unless you ride Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
We're
Yes.
going to, because I have never ridden Splash Mountain or Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We're going to try to ride that. That's going to be like the last thing we do in case we get wet.
Yeah.
And then we also want to try Big Thunder Mountain. So those are like the 3 rides there, especially now that the track has been replaced and it's smooth. We want to try and do that. I don't think we're going to mess with Tron. I don't think we're even possibly going to go into Tomorrowland on that side unless we have time. And then from there, we are going to either take a lift or a bus back to the resort to change or do, because ESPN Wide World of Sports does not allow any type of bags, including like your lounge flies and stuff. So we have to drop
Right.
stuff off at our room, and then we're going to head to the ESPN Wide World of Sports to watch a banana ball game. But our plan is the banana ball game is supposed to start at 7, should end around 9. We are not doing the typical hang around and meet the players thing. We're going to hop in probably a minivan, because do they do minivans from ESPN?
Yes.
So
Anywhere on Disney property.
Yeah.
a minivan, because Disney is not providing any buses to the banana ball games. We have multiple of us have reached out to ask.
But it's
Nope,
kind
we
of
have
weird.
to Lyft or Uber, or you have to pay to park. We are going to minivan from ESPN Wide World of Sports back to Magic Kingdom to watch Happily Ever After. Depending on if I can get my third friend a ticket to the banana ball game will depend on if we have someone holding us a spot for the fireworks, or if we're all just kind of walking in and going to watch it on Main Street as we get in. But that's a very
Turn.
full day. That's 4 parks plus ESPN Wide World of Sports.
It's a lot.
We're like, I thought I was tired in September, and this is not to mention we're flying in the day before, and our flight doesn't land until like 11:30 p.m. at the
Ooh.
Sanford Airport.
Gosh.
We did one trip where we did all 4 parks in a day, and then we did a event over at Universal where we bought tickets for Diagon Alley, a private event at Diagon. So we did 5 parks in a day, but luckily there was no wait at Diagon, so we were able.
That's
That is a different type of tire, trying to go across the property like that
Yeah,
and do stuff.
Literally go across Orlando.
Yeah. Like, yeah, so,
Great.
and then you're sitting there, at least you get the 2 hours to kind of relax and enjoy a game where you're not running around. Your feet get a
I don't
break.
know. I'm gonna
Terry?
be dancing and having a good time. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not really gonna be very still
Well, you're going to be more still than you would be
in
you
the
know,
park.
kind of.
Yeah, my feet are probably really gonna appreciate that like solid 2 hours of sitting.
Terry, where you at now?
I just left Magic Kingdom in my minivan. I'm going to Epcot. I'm going in, what do you call the entrance that's not World Showcase?
Main entrance?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I said my family were like the
World
big ball.
Celebration. What do they call that area?
Yeah, we call it the big ball. So I was like, not to be, But yeah, we're going in there because we're going to pay to go on Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do Guardians, and then we're going to do Soarin' Across America because we haven't done that yet. So we're done with that place up there. We're going to go to World Showcase. This is where Jason's going to get super mad.
Somebody's
Yeah,
going to
'cause we're going
Canada.
Canada.
I'm going to Mexico first to grab a margarita.
Okay.
But then I'm turning and I'm going Canada way.
No.
Because
Apparently they have a
want-
new espresso margarita. Instead of
I
espresso
don't know. I don't know if I
martini.
can do tequila and espresso, but I will get a regular one. And then I'm going to go because the best grilled cheese I ever had in my life was at Le Cellier. And I'm going to convince them to let me have it to go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to walk. This is my perfect day. And then I'm going to walk it backwards. But in my mind,
See, she even said it. She's going to walk it backwards.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to walk. No. I'm going to walk it
So you're
backwards.
Going to start in Canada
But-
and work it backwards.
That's
So
backwards.
she's admitting that Mexico is the correct way to do it because that's the forward way, and the
It depends
backwards
on
way
what
is
you
Canada.
want to do. But in my mind, where she took the break to go to Banana Ball, I'm going back to Grand Flow, gonna get a quick massage at the spa, change my clothes and regroup because it's been a rather sweaty day, generally. So then I'm at Epcot. It's dinner time. I'm gonna get my grilled cheese and walk with my margarita. And I'm gonna walk through World Showcase that way because honestly, I kind of like Epcot at night.
I do
It's
too.
beautiful at night.
Like,
Especially
like
when they
walking-
turn on the torches around the lagoon.
yeah, I
Yeah.
just feel like you're kind of really walking city streets that are not America. I mean, I've honestly never been to Europe, but I feel like when it's just lit up at night, it feels almost more like you're more submersed.
Especially when
in
it's a
the
low
area.
crowd. Like if you're not in there during
Yeah.
the summer or something like that, when it's kind of, you can actually walk and mosey. Like you don't have to worry about where you're walking.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I'm gonna go in and out of like shops and buildings, and then I'm gonna go to France. Is almost one of my favorites. It's a new favorite at Epcot. I will say probably grab a pastry somewhere in there. Maybe get another custom lipstick. Souvenirs like that. Then I'm gonna go to either beach or yacht club, and I'm gonna get a minivan from there. I'm going to abandon Morocco around to Mexico, all that. We're not going to hit that this time because I'm not hungry.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark. I'm going to get my minivan and I'm going back to Magic Kingdom for the fireworks. And
So-
since this is my special day, I have reserved seating for fireworks. So I don't have to go and like fight for a seat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And since I'm staying in a deluxe resort, I've got extra hours after the fireworks. I can go ride all the rides I didn't ride earlier in Magic Kingdom.
I ended in Magic Kingdom. We usually ended up taking the night and just making it easy. Because by this point, our lightning lanes, we're getting what we can get.
Mm-hmm.
We try to make it a point to get Haunted Mansion and Jungle Cruise, Pirates, all those things. But really, we're just there for the atmosphere at that point.
I was
We
saying, and
do sit-
walking through Magic Kingdom at night is so
And that's the thing. Like,
great.
that's where we wanted to end. So we sit,
Yeah.
we come in, we're able to watch Festival of Fantasy, get off our feet for a little bit, and then we start doing the rides. We usually ate at like something Cosmic Rays or Casey's, nothing
Mhm.
extravagant. A couple of times we went to like Be Our Guest or Ohana or something like that where we were right there at Magic Kingdom. But we made our way back to the hub to see the fireworks and then the nighttime parade, which was Main Street Electrical at that time. And then we'd hang out until the park closed and we'd try to get pictures in front of the castle with absolutely no one behind us. And then we'd work our
Yeah.
way out. Like we had rope dropped Animal Kingdom and we had closed out Magic Kingdom. And that was be our very most perfect day of being able to do everything. And
Yeah.
we
See,
just,
everyone ended up in Magic Kingdom.
because
No matter where our journeys led us that day, we all ended up in Magic
And
and
Kingdom.
I think because Magic Kingdom, I love Epcot. Epcot's my favorite park. And I think it's beautiful at night, but it's there's something about the lighting package in Magic Kingdom. Even seeing Tomorrowland lit up the way it is, walking back in Fantasyland, the new Fantasyland area, that lighting package.
The Tangled bathrooms.
Yeah,
At
sounded
night.
like you said the tinkle bathrooms. I was like,
No, the
all bathrooms
Tangled.
are all the bathrooms are tinkle
Tangled.
bathrooms.
I'm going to go to a speech therapist. The Tangled bathrooms.
But it's just the best way to end a one night type thing at Disney is, to me, and I think we could all agree, is happily ever after, because it is Disney stories. It's the Disney characters we love.
It's
Tinkerbell
so good.
flying, and it's a really good fireworks show. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not bad, but like Epcot,
Illuminations
Illuminations
okay.
was great.
I
but
mean,
Yeah,
here's a
Illuminations
tip.
was better.
Epcot fireworks look great. So if you want to take the Skyliner, get in the Skyliner line before the fireworks start,
Right.
because if not, afterwards, it's going to be so long.
Yeah.
And last time we stayed at Pop and we watched the entire fireworks show from our Skyliner, eating our food all the way back to Pop. I mean, we couldn't hear the music or whatever, but the fireworks are so pretty. And the music to me is not that great. We got the whole show, didn't have to wait in line for the Skyliner, had our pastries. It was the best.
when we waited in line, we didn't wait in line. We were debating to get on the Skyliner after the fireworks when we
That's
went.
literally the longest Skyliner line I've ever seen.
It was all the way to Beach Club. I have waited in that line before, and it moves real fast because the Skyliner is continually moving. So you're not being
It
held
moves
back.
fast
too
for a Skyliner line. It doesn't
Yeah.
move fast.
It kept.
know.
You didn't really stand still. You kept moving forward, but still, we were ready to get back to our resort.
Yeah.
So
We
getting
didn't get all
over
the way
to
back
Pop
to
Central.
Universal that day.
No,
Yeah.
we had to go. So we would have taken the
But we
Skyliner
dropped-
back to Pop, then had to get a Uber. to
we
Universal.
were taking Allison to Pop
Back
and
to
then
Pop.
us to Cabana. So we were like Skyliner to Pop so that we can just get something there.
Like, might as well just go. We're gonna pay for an Uber anyway. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
So that, I think at the end of the day, like I said, the other parks, Fantasmic's great. I love it. It's a great show. And it's Disney, but it's not Disney like Magic Kingdom's
Yeah.
fireworks
Right.
show is.
Do both if you can, but if you have to choose one, happily ever after is where you
And
go.
There's a tiny chance if I can't get the other person a ticket to Banana Ball that the whole reason I was going down is Banana Ball, but I might sell my 2 tickets and we're just gonna stay in the
Oh.
parks. That's also.
I mean, you've already seen him this year multiple
possibility.
times, so if you do that,
Right.
it's not
That's
the
why,
worst.
like, I don't want to go because she is on the trip with us. Like, we had already bought the ticket, so
Yeah.
I'm trying. But there's a chance that the Banana Ball part may possibly get taken out of this. Again, we'll see. Brittany is totally fine with us leaving her at Magic Kingdom. She's like, I'm a big girl. I can go do things in Magic Kingdom.
I've been left in Magic Kingdom so many times. Everyone's like, we're going back to rest. I'm like, deuces, cool. I'll meet you when you come back. It's the best.
Yeah. For me, I love going with y'all to the parks. I love going with friends to the parks. But to me, some of the best time in the park is when you're just there by yourself and you can just stop. I've said it on this before. The first time I ever went to Disneyland, I walked in. I didn't even go on an attraction. I sat on a park bench in the hub and just took it in for a good 30 minutes. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was with a group of friends because they'd want to get going somewhere.
No,
So
like I ran a Cars ride when I was in Disneyland. Like,
you were in California Adventure.
well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I was in Disneyland.
No, you know what I did when I had to go to Disney? Y'all were like, you have to get Matt filming you seeing the castle for the first time. So I was in a rush and I was like, I don't know what this castle looks like, but apparently you have to film me seeing it for the first time.
And
it's such a
was it a
disappointment.
disappointed face?
I think it was like a,
Yeah, it's so tiny.
that's a castle?
Cute.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. We will not be here next week. Like I said, we're doing Memorial Day. The next episode, hopefully you hear, is going to be us going to a live episode from Disneyland. Planning on taking some mics out there and doing some type of small podcast with some of the folks out there.
Is Allison going?
She is not.
It may just be me and Jason.
I was
well,
thinking
maybe
she could be my fill-in.
Yeah, she's not going to be there, unfortunately.
Like she's got the accent most closest to mine.
But you can find us on socials at Castles of Cauldrons. Terry's still doing a great job trying to get us some reels out there every now and then. So she's learning new things. So take some time. You can also find us YouTube. We have our videos on YouTube and on Spotify. Podcast comes out every Tuesdays. You can find us or any of the other amazing agents over at magicaltravel.com. We'd all love to help you plan your next Disney or Universal cruise vacation. Until the next time, we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.